All right, guys. Welcome back to what is this? Oh, this is gonna be in my face the whole time. The light will be. Welcome back to episode 3 of the preaching vlog. Yeah. So basically, what the preaching vlog is I'ma just talk to y'all about life and all that good stuff, the bad stuff too, and just have a good time, and we'll laugh and have fun and say hi to people. Although I doubt there's anybody else but me and my dog out here at this time of night. Also, how do we like the outfit? I feel like some middle school girl doing that. But yeah, and then once I'm done talking about life for a bit, we'll get into some God stuff. So I have some Bible verses with me and discussion stuff. So yeah, we'll just talk about God, have a good time. That way you guys can get something out of it while also having a fun, relaxing time too. It's not all boring. So, you ready, Lucky? He said yeah. So, I guess I've been a little stressed today, just considering I have my second race coming up. This is probably really crooked too. You guys should go like this. Okay. But yeah, I about tripped over my dog. But I have mountain biking. It's like the sport that I like to do, and it's my senior year, so this is my last season of it, and I guess I'm kind of going all out this year. I really want to do well, and I really want to make states, right? So my first race was in Frisco, and that was 2 weeks ago. It's crazy, man, how much you can do if you just do stuff. It was such an awful time for me, but it was a time that I needed, I know. But during the time of COVID and quarantine and stuff, I would just do absolutely nothing. I would fill my day doing things, but they wouldn't be things that were worth it. The video stopped. I don't know why that happened. My hand must have touched it. But I would just be filling my day just being on my phone, doing a ton of dumb stuff. And not even dumb stuff like drugs or whatever, just pointless scrolling on TikTok for 6 hours. And then, oh yeah, I'm going to stop going on TikTok, and then that makes myself feel better. Then I just get on Instagram, and it's so lame, dude, how you can just get caught in that cycle. So we really ought to spend less time on social media. And I'm not saying that social media is bad. It can still be an important tool if it's used correctly. So you can use it for, just talking with your friends or whatever. These cars probably think I'm so weird. I'll let them go. I have that one song stuck in my head. Although I don't think it's a great song to be listening to. Because he was saying some weird stuff and about gross stuff. but it stuck in my head. It was Cleopatra. Da 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 da. Pyramids by Frank Ocean, but it's weird. But yeah, that's another thing. It's really important to discern whether or not what you're doing is right, because there's a ton of things where it's normalized, but it's not a good thing to be doing. I was really humbled today because I said a cuss word in front of someone, and I was like, oh shit, I shouldn't have said that. That was actually kind of mean. And then, I felt convicted, I guess that's what they say or whatever. But what's sick is I asked for forgiveness, then I was forgiven, and now I'm gonna try to not do that anymore. And what else is sick is I really hope that the audience of this isn't only people that are Christian. And well, honestly, it could only be people that are Christian, because these days a lot of people that are Christian aren't actually truly in it with God. You know what I mean? Lukewarm is what they say. I'm not saying that you're not if you are, but you know what I mean. I'd also like it if... Oh, sorry, I think my dog's pooping. I'm so sorry. I might need to... I guess we'll walk to the poop bag place together, and then I'll pause it while I pick it up. I don't think you guys would want to see that. But, what was I saying? Yeah, I'm hoping with this preaching vlog that I can reach a wider audience rather than just a really condensed audience of people who all share the same beliefs. Because I don't know what I'm saying. I hope this can mean something for everybody. But if you are truly with God, you know what's sick is that we get to go to heaven, dude. Sick. That is so awesome. That was dog's constipated or something. See, I've been telling my family to stop feeding him so much, but like, no, he's starving. Like, look at him, dude. It's probably an invasion of privacy. Sorry, Lucky. Where was I? I started off at a bike race and I was talking to... But basically, I've been pretty stressed just today, really. Well, first off, there's some really good parts of the school where they educate you about important things, and also a huge part of school is just the social life, about making connections. Like, connections are so... I say connections if it's like running a business or whatever, but just meeting really cool people is awesome. Okay. Shoot. Okay. Sorry. Just thinking about something. Oh, that's so cringy. Oh, no, I didn't. It was just a sign. I thought I passed by the poop thing already. Yeah, I'll get the poop on the way back. Ain't nobody gonna come and see it at this time of night. But yeah, I have this one class, AP Stats, and I'm not blaming the teacher, but I'm blaming the teacher because she's a sub and she's not really qualified for the position. So I guess I'm not blaming the teacher because that'd be lame because it ain't her fault. Whoa. Hold on. I think I see... It's like a red thing in... Can you see that? I think my eyes are going whack because I've had this like flashlight on my phone shining at my face for the past 10 minutes. But it looked like some red UFO or something. But yeah, it's tough in school when you just don't have anything to do. I really don't like it when I don't have anything at all to do. I'd much rather do like hard labor where I don't get paid for an hour than like be sitting in a room with nothing to do, nothing to talk about, and the only thing to do is just get on my phone and play games or whatever. Like, I really hate that in those moments where it's like all I can think of doing is picking up my phone. That's not cool. And I guess that's where I was about 2 hours ago, and then I just decided to do something for God for 2 hours. And honestly, this makes me so much happier than anything really is doing this. It would make me even happier if there were some people out here that I could say hello to and see them smile. Like, it was so awesome, dude. Basically, I bike to and from school every day. I say that, and I expect you guys to be like, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, he bikes to and from school. But there's this like middle school girl that I pass every day, and she always looks like really sad. And then today I said hello to her, and she like legit smiled, like a genuine smile, and that was honestly so cool to see, because that's just so awesome, man. This is where we're gonna sit. I don't feel like doing it now. I got more to talk about, but I'll probably sit down on these wonderful wet picnic tables. People don't even... You know what's dumb is that these are called picnic tables? Dang it, man. I keep on pausing the video. But people call them picnic tables, but like my stereotypical picnic, and I'm sure everybody else's, is where like you go out on this pretty green grassy field and you lay down a blanket and then you sit down on the ground and eat a little picnic. And like, ain't nobody goes and sits at a picnic table for a picnic. This is a little criticism. But what was I saying? Yeah, it's tough in school when you don't have anything to do. And when I don't have anything to do, that leads me to thinking more about the future, which is why I've been a little stressed today, because the future holds a bike race, which I'm nervous about because I need to move up 3 spots to get into states. I got 43rd in Frisco, and top 40 is accepted into states. And I have 3 more races still, so it's not like it's the end of the world if I don't do amazing this next race. But I'd obviously like to. So, yeah, I've been training a lot, though. I think I'll be able to get there. y'all, biking is legit so amazing. Like, if you, like, it's so awesome, dude. If you're in, like, a rut or whatever, and you don't want to jump to a relationship with God right away, I'm not saying you shouldn't. You should. That should be your first priority. But if you don't feel like doing that right away, maybe try biking. Then you'll realize how sick biking is. And that was the scariest thing ever. That was so scary. There were people following me. There were people following me that whole time, and they just like broke a stick or something behind me. I thought it was some like bad guy, or I thought it was a squirrel, but it was a person. 2 people and a dog. Isn't it so crazy how many people there are? Like, everybody has their own lives. I'm here talking about my life. Well, everybody else, so many people, like even in that house, dude, there's like, that's illegal. But even in that house, there's like probably 5 people that all have their own stories in their own life. So, just amazing. Just, yeah. There's so many times where I just like say something so cool, and then all I do is like think about it, and I don't really know what to say. It's like when you don't have words for something. Like when I'm looking at the mountains, I'll just like look in the mountains, I'll just be like, and just imagine me doing that for like 5 minutes. Just be like, how the heck did those things do that with that, what. You know what I mean? I mean, if you don't have mountains near you, then you might, well, yeah, you do, because like, you don't have to look at mountains to get that feeling. You could look at a lot of stuff. You could look at a piece of grass, bro. You know what's crazy is that ants, and there's even tinier bugs and animals than ants. Like, remember those little red bugs that would be on trees when you were little, and they would like get on you, and they're like tiny little red things? Isn't it crazy how those things have like hearts and brains? I think that's pretty insane. How like that tiny, that's like smaller than a grain of sand, is a brain. I'm about to burp. Sorry. But that's just so amazing. It's just what God can do is so cool. And I'm at the point in my relationship with God where it's like, I know he's real, dude. Like, there ain't no persuading me or anything. Like, I don't feel, once you get to that point with God, you don't really need evidence, like physical evidence for God to exist. But if you're kind of at that stage where you're doubting it, or you're like a see it to believe it type person, just like look around, dude. Like, are you kidding? Look at that tree, dude. That's, what? I said tree. Like, that's God, man. So cool. But yeah. School, bike race, all that stuff. I guess I can just talk about my Belize trip now. Because I've been waiting to talk about it. But yeah, you guys get the idea. I don't need to explain how school can be boring sometimes and stressful. Y'all already know. And then being stressed about something that you care about, that's also normal. And I'm sure I'll do great. And if I don't do great, it's okay. I still get to go to heaven, dude. And I still try my best. That's the key. Trying your best. That's like what all the motivational speakers, well, no. But you know what I say. You know what I mean? Like, if you improve, that is sick. You know what I mean? So, yeah. Let's go this way. Come on, dog. Lucky. Sorry, I'll call you by your name. What are you looking at, dude? But yeah, I guess I'll just talk about my Belize trip, then we'll loop back to that one spot. And actually I'll turn around now and start walking there, because I don't really want to walk through the wet grass. You know what's so weird is that, so we're in Colorado right now, and what is it, September? Come on. Sorry, I'm talking to my dog, not you. But it's been like really hot for the past, I mean, obviously summer, but like 95 degrees. I just heard a firework, but I only heard the pew, and I didn't hear the boom, which is a little concerning. But it's been like really hot, and then all of a sudden today, it was like really cold. Not even really cold, but cold in comparison to what it's been the past couple days. It went from like 95 to 50 degrees overnight, which surprised me when I went outside this morning. But it also reminded me of like, a lot of us are so lucky, dude. Like, if you even have a phone, you're really lucky. If you're able to watch this, you're lucky. I'm not gonna say what I just did. You probably but yeah, like when I was driving to practice tonight and it was really cold out and the windows were down, like the cold air kind of reminded me of like hunting in Kansas with my grandpa on like a chilly winter day. I feel like I'm some like storyteller, but it really is so awesome how I have family that cares about me, and if you don't, that's very unfortunate. But you know what's awesome is we all have God. Like, even better than all the family that I have and all the friends that I have is some whack stuff going on. But even better than all of that is God, dude. All of us can have God. Even if you don't have like a father in real life or whatever, like, we also have God. You have God. God is like a best friend, dude. I guess, what do they say? Plug. I guess I'm going to plug my second preaching vlog where it's like God's like a best friend, because it's amazing, dude, once you get to know him. And I'm hoping that you can start to get to know him now. Just, I think a lot of times you just got to let God do the work instead of trying to do all of it yourself, and that just comes down to trusting him. And it's hard to trust God if you don't have a reason to trust him, but I think we all have a reason to trust him. And that is, not trusting him is not making us truly happy. Because at least I know that a year ago I was not truly happy and I was not putting my full trust in God. So I guess sometimes it takes a negative incentive. Why do I do a quotation? But, you have a reason to. So why not do it? Right? So yeah, this summer I had a mission trip to Belize. It was my first one. Oh, I guess that's what we're going to talk about in this video, is about how listening to people is really important. I'll talk about that more in a little bit. I think my dog's doing good. See, the other dog that we have, his name is Jasper. This one's Lucky. But the other one we have is like really old and really slow. So we always take them both on walks at the same time. And the one dog is just slowing us down. So Lucky over here is just having to walk really, really slow when he wants to go faster. And he's always had to do that. So it probably feels good for him to just walk around in his own pace rather than being slowed down. I guess I'm trying to like do like make some like fun quote all the time. But just go at your own pace and stuff, dude. Like, we're all on our own time frame with God. But yeah, I went on a mission trip to Belize this summer and it was so awesome, dude. Like, that's one thing with America. I guess people in America is a lot of us we do have a lot with freedom and like being a developed country, and we have money and stuff, but you could still have somebody that's like really rich or whatever and still pretty sad. And that's the cool thing in Belize, is all the local people and everything, they didn't really have much at all, but they were happy and they were really content with what they had. And I think a huge thing there is they had God, which you're going to hear me talking about a lot because it's true, but God's everything. But yeah, it was really cool seeing how positive they were all the time and just really inspiring and like so beautiful there. There's so many places that on earth that I want to go and see. There's just so much cool stuff out there to see and enjoy, and cool people to see. And yeah. I'm gonna think about what to say for a bit, and then because I feel like there's like too many pauses in this where people just get bored, but I'll be back in a bit. Oh, I guess if I end up doing a podcast for this, if you're listening on the podcast, right now I'm zooming in on my dog. I might need to think about that in the future. If you're watching this on YouTube, dude, this dog's awesome. So cool, dude. But I didn't even think at all in that little break I just took. But yeah, it was really cool going to Belize because I was able to meet some new people. I met this new friend. He's awesome. We're able to talk about anything just because of the shared experience. My sister and I got baptized together, which was so awesome. So awesome to see her do that. It just makes me so happy, dude. And also seeing everybody else get baptized in the church service was so cool, dude. Me and this little kid was up on the stage. He was doing drums the whole time. It was like his family church or something. And him and I just kept on looking at each other and smiling at each other. And it just so cool. But yeah. And there's so many more mosquitoes here than in Belize, which is crazy. So I guess, why you look depressed, dude? I shouldn't laugh at that, but I'll like set up my phone or something now and then do our little sermon bit of this, and then we'll wrap it up. I'm still gonna be doing a whole lot more talking. It's not like we're gonna wrap it up all nice and easy, but whatever. Okay, let me figure out what to set my phone on. They have outlets here? You know what else is crazy is how like up in the mountains and out on islands they all have like electricity and like stuff. Like they run that electric stuff all over, like all underground and everywhere. It's crazy like how much humans are able to do, what we're able to build. Like humans are really smart. We just do dumb stuff with our smartness, which is why we're screwing things up. But like, if you ever think about the like roads and houses being built and sidewalks and like, just look all around you. Look at how everything around you is like man-made, and think about how there used to be nothing and then people just built all that up and they just figured it all out. Like documentaries on cruise ships and like airplanes. I just got like addicted to those. Like, do you know how an Airbus A350 is built? I bet you don't, but I do. So, haha. Okay, let's get to it. Okay, so I currently have one shoe, but that's alright because I can use the other shoe to stand my phone up. Dang it, dude, I just ended the video again. Stand my phone up. Okay, so here we go. Let's talk about some stuff that I think is important. We got this page. We'll get to this. Let's, I guess, how wet is this bench? I guess I'm going to sit on this for now so it don't fly away. Because we want to save the turtles, don't we? And then we have this one. So let's get to it. All right. You know when you have to burp, but you can't. This isn't what is on the paper, but but you know when you have to burp and you can't, you like can't get the burp out. I have that feeling right now, but it's for like popping your ears. But it's all right. I'm sure it'll figure itself out naturally. Letting things happen naturally is super important. Okay, I'm like blinding myself. All right, guys and girls. So, preaching vlog number 3. So the topic is fellowship and taking advice is important. Okay, here are the verses. So the first one we got is Proverbs 27:17. And it reads, iron sharpens iron, and one man sharpens another. So, iron sharpens iron, and one man sharpens another, right? What does that mean? Well, it means when we stick with each other, we can help each other out. There you go. Next one is Ecclesiastes. I am gonna like give myself a headache. This is like so bright, this light. I'm gonna look this way. Okay. Ecclesiastes 4:9-10. 2 are better than 1 because they have 4:9-10. Oh yeah, Ecclesiastes 4, and then the verses are. Sorry, I'm like probably frustrating y'all. 2 are better than 1 because they have a good reward for their toil. For if they fall, one will lift up his fellow. But woe to him who is alone, for when he falls and has not another to lift him up. So if you got 2 people and one of y'all is struggling, you still have another person to help out the person who is struggling. Okay? And if you're only alone, especially if you're alone and you don't have God, then you're kind of screwed because then you got nobody to help you. It's not funny. I'm not laughing. Sorry. Next, Proverbs 19:20. We have 2 verses from Proverbs here. They both are kind of saying the same thing, but I like how they're worded in the 2 separate ones. So, Proverbs 19:20. Listen to advice and accept instruction that you may gain wisdom in the future. So just listen to people, dude. It can really help because you don't know everything. I don't know everything. I do not know everything, okay? Um, but yeah. Oh, another thing that I heard, this was like a couple years ago and it kind of stuck with me, but like don't take criticism from somebody that you wouldn't take advice from, right? Make sure that you're surrounding yourself with good people. Because you can listen and accept instruction about like how to smoke a cigarette and that ain't good. So you get what I'm saying. Use discernment. Oh man, it's starting to like get windy with the water and I don't like it. I don't know if you can see it, but there's water getting on me and I don't like it. Proverbs 11:14. Where there is no guidance, a people falls, but in an abundance of counselors there is safety. Abundance of counselors, fellowship, surround yourself with people who are smart and can help you. Okay? That will lead you to safety and comfort. Okay, IRL examples for you kiddos out there, or no, for you old folks out there, IRL stands for in real life. Sorry, sorry, I keep on complaining about the light. Why? I just got like some like, okay, whatever. On my mountain bike team, we have riders and we have coaches. Some riders are better at mountain biking than the coaches, and some coaches have more experience than the riders. These past few weeks, I've been training for an upcoming race, and last week, all I did was hill climbing intervals, because I figured that if I rode until I couldn't stand every day, that I would be a better rider. So I would just go down the hill, go up the hill, go down the hill, go up the hill, until like my legs really, really hurt, and I was way so out of breath. And I thought that I was doing everything right and setting myself to have the best race ever. This race is in 2 days. And I thought I was like perfectly setting myself up for it. But I talked to my coach about this, and she told me that I was overtraining and that I should only be doing these hill intervals twice a week. And she told me that I should go on longer endurance rides at a slower pace rather than just going all out all the time. And when I can't talk, y'all. But what am I saying? When she first told me this, I thought she was crazy and just wasn't as fit as me. Like, I thought I was a better rider than her. She didn't know what she was talking about. Blah, blah, blah. I was dumb. But when I decided to try listening to her for once, and I went on a long endurance ride rather than a hill climb, I couldn't believe how stubborn I had been, right? Because I just flipped the page over, but I'm sitting on the back of it. See, I should have printed front and back. Oh, look at this. This is from sitting on the bench. It like did a cool little pattern on it. But yeah. Oh, this is poor paper. But yeah, I went on a really long ride the other day, a long endurance ride like my coach had told me to, and I felt so good after it. Like, I felt, my legs felt strong, my lungs felt good. I just felt really good afterwards in comparison to my previous hill training rides. And it's crazy to me how cocky I'd gotten just because I was above average at biking. Just because I was a better rider than my coach did not mean that I knew more about biking than my coach and that I shouldn't listen to her. It is crazy how like unhumble I can be sometimes and just think that I'm doing it my way and that my way's the best when there's so much better things that I could be doing. It's crazy. But yeah, it's so important to stay humble even when you're good at something, because other people may know something that you don't. They can really help you out simply because they have more experience. So that's the thing where it comes to wisdom. And even if somebody doesn't have a ton of wisdom, they could have just done something a different way than you in the same amount of time and learned something from doing it that way. I'm sure you know what I'm saying, but yeah. And that's one thing with like not judging people, right? I could judge somebody right off the bat just based on my first impressions of them, but I don't even give them a chance or try listening to them. Oh, that's crazy. Try listening to them, like listening to them and just like letting them talk to you and listening to them and doing what they tell you to do. I guess that's two different things. Both are important. Just don't do like drugs and dumb crap, right? Okay. That should be obvious, but it's not. Okay. Another example of me listening to somebody when I didn't want to and being rewarded for it comes up in my academic life. So I've gotten really good grades pretty easily, like all of school, which I guess has led to me being a little cocky when it comes to what I should and shouldn't do academically. And sometimes I feel like I already know everything I need to know when it comes to school. And with college coming up, I recently took the SAT test, which is a dumb test, but whatever, that's besides the point. I recently took the SAT standardized test, which is used for college applications, and I did well on it. I did really above average, and I was content with my score. But a couple months ago, my grandpa told me that I should really consider retaking the SAT test. Even though I did well on it, he said that I should retake it so that I could get better scholarships with a higher score. Because I still could have done better on it. Better can be better. Okay? Or was I? Oh yeah, I was hesitant for a while, and I figured that my grandpa just didn't know what he was talking about and that he was wrong. And I was just like, no, I'm not gonna retake it. I'm too cool. Blah blah blah. What a dummy I was. See, you know what's crazy is like, when you look back at like a picture of yourself like 3 years ago and be like, oh my gosh, I was so weird back then. Like in 3 years, you're gonna look at a picture of yourself now and be like, oh my gosh, you know. I feel like I'm doing pretty good now, but I know that there's still room for improvement now, that I'm going to look back on this and be like, okay, you were wrong there. But maybe no, I'm not. I'm not. That's what we're trying to avoid. I'm not right now. I'm not all right. God's always right. Okay, whatever. Not whatever. It's good what I'm saying, but I'm not saying it right. I don't know. Stay down, paper. Okay. See, this is where I need to get better at talking so that there's not so many pauses, because I don't know if y'all like the pauses or if the pauses are like, just talk, dude. There's so much pointless. I feel like there's a lot of pointless stuff in here, but maybe it makes y'all laugh, which helps. But whatever. Why do I keep on saying whatever? I need to come on, dude. Okay. Oh, yeah. So, recently, as I've started looking into college applications, because it's about that time, and scholarships, I realized that my current SAT score actually isn't enough to get what I want with financial aid. I still need to score a bit, 100 points higher on it to get full rides to the colleges that I'm interested in, which a full ride would be very nice, because then I have more money to do for other stuff. Oh, yeah. A swing. I was camping about a week ago. Is that a song? I think so. But there was a swing and it hit me in the chin and it's still bruised, which is really weird. I've never gotten a bruise right here. But I can say that I got that when I'm on my deathbed. So yeah. But yeah. So with this new knowledge that my current SAT score isn't actually enough, I decided to apply to retake the SAT in about a month. So it's October something, and I'm going to retake it like my grandpa told me to. And I feel a lot better now that I know that I can spend a little bit more time to get a better SAT score and then save money for college. And it's crazy to me how for months I doubted my grandpa and didn't listen to him simply because I had always thought that I was the smartest and already set for success, right? So my grandpa told me to do something. I was like, no, I've always been fine with this. I don't need your help. I don't need your guidance or whatever. And I just completely doubted him. But when I actually tried listening to him for once and went out and researched retaking the SAT, I realized that, oh, shoot, he is right. But yeah, it completely changed my mind once I did some more research on it. And school is so dumb, but we still need it because society, right? But it's super important to avoid coming to conclusions when you're criticized and when somebody says that you might want to rethink how you're doing something, especially when the criticism is coming from a wise person with experience, right? So if somebody that's wise and knows their stuff tells you to do something and you think that they're wrong, just try listening to them once. They could still be wrong, but a lot of times they're right and you're wrong, which is really crazy to me. Because a lot of times I think that I'm always right, but I'm obviously not. But yeah. So yeah, Grandpa, thanks for helping me realize that. Because I think it should be helpful in my future. So, third in real life example. This is so bright. Are my eyes ow. Are my eyes, I feel like they have all those little red lines on them. Like they do when you're staring at the sun or on your phone for too long. Oh, that's another thing to talk about. Y'all really got to try sleeping on the floor. It is amazing. So amazing. I've been taking the best naps every day after school and feeling so good. They're only 30 minutes long, probably. Most of them. Actually, probably more an hour. But I'm able to fall asleep on my back and my back feels so good. I feel like a little kid again. But yeah, I think naturally our bodies are designed to sleep on a hard, flat surface like our floors. So give it a shot. I don't know how my brain gets to things sometimes. Okay, when I joined my youth group about a year ago and started regularly attending, I started to see change. Simply being around a group of guys my age really helped because it was easy to relate with them because we all shared a common characteristic of being a high school boy, right? Surrounding myself with people that are like me, that are also high school boys, helps out because I can talk to them about stuff. They get it, right? And this made it easier to talk about touchy subjects with each other. And when I went on a mission trip to Belize this summer, everything changed. I was able to talk with people in a small group that I had just met on a super personal level, simply because we were followers of God. So this is the same thing with the youth group, but instead of just our only relation being high school boys, we were all followers of God. And it's like there was somebody like 2 years older than me, 2 years younger than me, a girl, a boy, whatever. But we could all relate with each other and talk about those touchy subjects just because we all had God. That's the best common interest that you can have with people, okay? So surrounding ourselves with genuine followers of Jesus is super important because we are heavily influenced by our peers. And, sorry, the wind doesn't want me to say this next sentence. Probably the dumb devil doing the wind. We ought to surround ourselves with peers that also love God so that we can grow closer with God together because God is legit the best thing ever, dude. That's all this stuff I had. I guess another example of when I should listen to people is, you know what's crazy is this Belize trip that I've been talking about and how amazing it was is for a while I didn't even want to go on it, dude. But then my Nana, she's like a grandma. She's my grandma, but I call her Nana. But she was telling me, you know, you should really go on this mission trip. And I was like, no, why? It's expensive. And then I finally decided to do it, and like fundraising for it was so easy. Money wasn't even an issue. And I just decided to listen to her and give it a shot, and it was so amazing, dude. So yeah, let's make sure that we stay humble and always listen to each other, try listening to each other, right? And just be nice to people, dude, because that's what's up. And it's a lot easier to do that with God, and biking. Oh, biking's good. Sorry. Obviously, I like biking, even though sometimes it stresses me out. I got a cool design on this one, too. Yeah, my dog's shaking. He's probably pissed off at how long I'm taking. That's another thing. Like, that's what I did earlier. Earlier today when I was talking about how I felt kind of like convicted. On a sin is like I was cussing, but I'm not sure if cussing just like if I stub my toe or whatever, and like saying like the F word or whatever. I don't know if that's necessarily. I guess I just got to read the Bible. The Bible has the answers. I don't know if it's right to ask people on the internet. Where's my shoe? Oh, it's holding my phone up. Sorry. Obviously, I'm a little tired, but whatever. Who cares? Whatever. Who cares? Whatever. Who cares? That should be a song. See, we get so worried about dumb, small things when we shouldn't do that. Because if I ain't going to be worrying about it when I'm on my deathbed, then, like, why worry about it now? You know what I mean? Let's focus on the bigger things, and then the little things will happen, and we just go with the flow. But where was I? Oh, yeah. Definitely, that's why I felt so bad earlier, is I was, like, cussing, and I did it towards somebody, which is not cool. I felt really bad after that. So definitely don't do that. And yeah, if you do, we're all going to mess up. There's still so many mistakes that I make that happen. But you know what's sick is that God forgives us because Jesus died on the cross for us. So just try not to sin and ask God for forgiveness when you do. And that makes me so happy, dude. Like, there's times that I just can't stop smiling just because I'm like, yeah, God forgive me. That is so sick. Like, he's like a best friend, but better than a best friend. But yeah, so I'm gonna put my shoe on really quick. Man, what a good dog, dude. I'm so thankful for this boy Lucky because he just sat through and let me do all that talk. Fine, I guess I'll walk through the grass as punishment. But y'all don't want to see that. Some creeps do want to see that, though. You know how weird that is? But yeah, I'm thankful for an awesome dog who lets me do stuff like this. He's probably, I'm sure he'd rather do this than lay on the couch for an hour and be all depressed. My other dog, Jasper, the old one, he's like a sloth, dude. Sorry. Or excuse me. Do you say excuse? Like, what do you say when somebody burps? Because when somebody sneezes, you say bless you. But what do you say when somebody burps? I don't know. I guess you tell me in the comments below. But what was I talking about? I don't even know. I guess that's my cue to wrap this up. So my dog and I will just chill. I'll be off of my phone for a whole 5 minutes walking back home, which is gonna be awesome, because then I can just think about stuff and not be distracted every second by stuff designed to distract me and get my mindset off. But yeah, give it a shot. Don't be on your phone for an hour, and you'll feel pretty good afterwards. You can get a lot done, and time goes by slower. And I think it's good for time to go by slow, because then we can enjoy more of our life before we die. But then we get to go to heaven, bro. Okay. So I guess that's it. So thank y'all for watching episode 3 of the preaching vlog. I guess let me know how you think I could improve this or what you liked about it. Just feedback helps. And yeah, I hope you have... I cannot stop burping. I hope you have a good rest of your day or night or whatever it is. I hope you have a good one, and I hope you keep on having a good one after that. Like, have a good life, dude. But yeah, I love y'all. God loves y'all, and we got this. We got it. So yeah, thanks for watching, and see you later. Bye.